Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of DaVinci Resolve for beginners. And in this episode, we are going to see the topic editing interface. As we had seen an overall interface of the DaVinci Resolve software before, but this time we are going to go into detailed interface of the editing menu, as that is the most important menu of the DaVinci Resolve software. So we're going to try to see some more quirks and features which are present in the editing interface. So without wasting much time, let us go into the software and start exploring the editing interface. Now, as you can see, we have already launched our software of DaVinci Resolve. Now we are going to see in detail the editing interface of this software. So to begin with, at the very corner, you can see there is the hide and media pool button, where you can use this to decrease and increase the amount of space you need to select and search for your media. Now, to go ahead, we will see beside the shrink button, we have the media pool. Now, this is where you have all the file which you have chosen or imported in the DaVinci Resolve software that will be present in the media pool option. Now you can choose any of this video, and as you can see, as you drag the mouse over the media, you can see it is showing us the video that we want to see. As this is the source monitor, we will see any file that we want to select. First of all, will be shown here. Now, beside the media pool option, you have the effects. If you click on effects, you can see there are various effects which you can find. For example, if you click the search and if you click the toolbox option, you can find there are various video transitions, audio transitions, you have titles, generators, effects, you have filters, you have audio filters and fairlight options. Now we can see more in toolbar. You can see crossfade option, you can see dissolve transition option, you have iris transition option, you have motion transition options. As you can see, there is no media, but still if I drag my mouse across the motion bar, you can see the kind of transition it is going to show while I am trying to use it for my file. There again, you can see as I am dragging my mouse across the media file or the transition effect file, you can see how this transition will look once I start applying it on my project. Now going further ahead, you have the index option, which we will be talking a bit later, but here you will find the number of projects or the clips you have present on your editing option. Beside the index option, you will find the sound library. Now you can find any sound or any kind of audio clip which you want to add on your project. You can download the DaVinci Resolve's free sound library. You can click on the download button and it will take you to the website where you can start downloading your DaVinci Resolve's free sound library. Now going ahead to the media pool, we can see this is the source monitor. For example, if I choose this file, as I click on it, you can see it has as I double click on it, you can see it has shown itself on the source monitor. Now what we can do in the source monitor is we can use this that we have chosen. For example, if you click this play button, the video will start playing itself in the forward direction. Now as I have clicked on the play button, you can see the video has played itself on the forward direction. Now you have also the option to play the video in reverse. As you can see, as I'm hovering my mouse over this particular button, you can see it says play reverse. So as I click on it, you can see the video will start playing itself in reverse. So here is the stop button, which you can use to stop the file and the playback of the file which you just selected. Now moving further ahead, we want to see the next monitor that we have present beside the source monitor is our timeline or the final output monitor. For example, if I want to bring something from the media pool to the source monitor, you can see as I had double clicked on this particular clip, it has brought itself on the source monitor. Let me show you again. If I want to double click on this particular clip, you can see I have brought this to the source monitor. Now what I can do is I can simply drag this over and I can bring it on the timeline, and as soon as I brought this particular clip on the timeline, you can see it has already started showing itself in the timeline final preview monitor, which is situated on the right side, and I am hovering my mouse currently over it. Now that we have added a video clip on the timeline, I'm going to go ahead and delete this from the timeline once again, and you can see as soon as I have brought a clip on the timeline, it has already created a file in the media pool. As you can see, it is named as timeline 1. Now there is a feature which I can tell you, there could be many timelines in one particular project, right? But there cannot be multiple projects in one timeline. So do not get worried about it. As you create or try to create a new project, and as you bring your clips on the timeline, a timeline named media will be created on the media pool. Now as I do not need this media anymore or the timeline anymore, I'm going to go ahead and try deleting this timeline media which just got created. So what I can do is I can click here and I can click the option remove timeline. You can see as I click on the option, there is the drop box which has shown me the choice where I can click on delete and the timeline video will be deleted. Now let us understand the cycle of the edit option. Now it is very simple to understand the cycle. First of all, if I choose a particular video, for example, I want to choose this video. So as I double click on it, it has brought itself on the first source monitor. Now after getting to the source monitor, you can drag this file as you can hold on it and you can simply drag it here on the timeline. Now to look into some more features of this timeline or the edit option, we can see here, you can see in the source monitor, this is where you will see the total time of the clip which you just selected. For example, if I want to click on this video, you can see this video or the duration of this video is 19 seconds. So if I bring the cursor along to the front, you can see I have changed or I have brought the cursor or the player somewhere around the 7-second mark in this video. Now on the right side where the final output of the timeline is shown, you can see the first selected video which I had applied here. It is 8 seconds. Now if I go ahead and bring the second clip here, and as I reposition it by clicking delete after selecting the gap between the two files, now you can see the time duration of the final output has changed to 28 seconds as we have entered both of the video clip in the timeline. The output timeline has increased. Now going back to the option at the top bar, we have some more quirks and features that we can use. For example, if you scroll to the right side, you have the single mode option or the single monitor option. Now this is the place where you can only see the timeline or the final preview of the video which you are trying to edit in the timeline. As we click back here once again, we can see the both source monitor and the timeline final preview out here. Now going in the top, we have the mixer button, which we can use to mix our audio which is present in the clip that we just selected. As we can see, there is no audio in this particular videos that we added. If we had audios in the file, we could see the graph being present here. As there are no audio, there are no graph present in the audio track. Now once again, we can use this mixer to customize or edit the audio of the file that we had chosen previously, or which is in the timeline. Going further ahead, after the mixer option, we have the metadata. This is the option where there are various properties of the video which are shown. For example, if I want to choose this particular video, as I click on it, you can see there are various properties of this video which are shown in the metadata option. Alright, now after metadata, we can go to one of the most important option, which is the inspector option. As we click here, we can see there are the transform operation which we can do, and this is a very important option where we can work with the file, audio, the transition effects, and the various filters that we want to add. Well, this is the feature where you add or you work at the ending part of your editing process is complete. There are various options where you can work on your video and the audio which you have selected on the timeline. Now, as I had shown you earlier, there are a few controllers in the search or the source monitor and the timeline preview monitor. For example, they both work the same way and they both have the same working purposes. I can use any of them or both of them as I want. As you can see, if I go to the single view option, you can see the preview monitor controllers had come up. As I go into the split option, you can see both the source monitor option and the preview option has come up. Now there are various correction features which you can start working on, and here is the options where you can choose what you want to show in the source monitor option. For example, you have the option to see the source monitor, and if you want the source to be offline, you can just click on the offline and the source monitor is no more visible. Now if you want to see the audio track of the video which you had bought on the timeline or which you have selected, you can click on the audio track option and the audio graph will be shown here. Now going back to the source option, this is the timeline view option underneath the source option. You can use this to view the timeline on your different options. For example, you can also customize the track height with the help of the timeline view option. For example, if I increase the track height, you can see the track height has increased, and now I can see some frames of the first video which I had brought to the timeline. Now if I increase the audio track height, you can see the audio track height has increased. There you go. Also, coming back to the media pool side, you have an option to use this scroller to increase the thumbnail size of the media which you had selected and brought into the application. Now, as we had seen the interface of the editing page in quite detail, I feel we have understood the various options that we will try to use while we are trying to edit this video. And as we go deeper into editing, we will try to understand the different editing options or the tools that we will be using in the further videos. So as we will be using them in the further videos, I will try to explain you while we are watching the video and learning it. So with the help of this video, I hope we learned what is the more detailed interface of the editing page, And I hope that you've learned something new, and I would like to thank you for watching this video.